We're out and about in the Black Hills today at Crazy Horse Memorial. We're with Travis, the cultural programs manager here. Now, first of all, just give us an overview about what folks can expect if they visit the memorial.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there is plenty to do, so there's a lot of fun to be had. We usually start each visitor off in our movie theaters that are up front. We have about a 25-minute short film about the history and the mission of the memorial, and then the visitor has a really good understanding of what we're trying to do here. And then after they exit that theater, they walk straight into the museum. And we, at the Indian Museum of North America at Crazy Horse Memorial, we have about 40,000 square feet of exhibition space. We have about 12,000 items in our collection, so it's a very expansive museum and a lot to see within the museum. And beyond that, we have cultural programs that happen from May through September. So no matter what, if you come within one of those months, you're going to have a culture bearer, an artist, somebody from a Native community to talk to and learn from and to appreciate the culture that they come from. And so there is always something going on within those months. And, other than that, you have a great view of not only this sculpture right here, but also the big one that is beyond that. So this is a 1/32 scale model, and this is the original plan of what Korchak had envisioned the entire mountain to look like one day. We have what's called a bus to base tour. So we have these old school buses. It's really a throwback. And it's $4 per person, and there's a tour guide, and they tell you all about, the mountain. And then it's about a 30-minute round trip tour, and it's really informative, and $4 a person is just a steal.
Sure.
And then beyond that, we have our van rides to the top, which do cost a little bit more of a donation to the memorial, but that's an hour to an hour and a half long tour, and it's just you and whoever else you want to take up. And it's great because you actually go up on the arm and you walk along the arm and you walk out to his fingertips, and it's a really cool thing to experience.
And then you also have a restaurant on site.
Yes, we do. So we have the Laughing Water restaurant, and a lot of people's favorites are the buffalo stew or the Native American tacos. We have a lot of those classics. You can spend an entire day here because late at evening, it depends on when the sun goes down, but at dusk from the end of May, from Memorial Day to Labor Day, we have the laser light show, and we broadcast lasers onto the mountain. And that's about a 30-minute show, and it's an interesting one. There's nothing like it. Our most prolific program that we have here happens right out here on the veranda. We have a stage back here. It's called our Native American Storytellers and Performers, and we have 3 performances a day for 130-ish days straight. Wow. And those happen at 11:30, 1:30, and 4:30. So at any given day, our visitor can expect to see hoop dancing, traditional dancing, powwow dancing, storytelling that goes along with all of that. So you're not just watching a dancer, perform. You're actually learning about the dance and learning what it means and why it's culturally significant. And then we also have musicians come all the time, bands like Brûlé. We have every sort of performing act you can ever imagine. And then beyond that, we have our artist in residence, so that happens in May through September. An artist comes and sits in here for a month at a time, and they create artwork and they visit with visitors. And that's a really rewarding program. And we also have Living Treasures, so that's also way back in the Cultural Center, and those are craft workshops. So we invite traditionally fine artists into the memorial to teach their artwork to visitors. So we're not gearing the visitor to go up and become a native artist, but we're teaching them why that craft or that art form is important culturally. And then beyond that, the only other one I'll talk about is Makoche Kin, which happens on the 2nd and 4th Friday of each month of May through September, and it's an hour-long walk around the woods of Crazy Horse Memorial. So we take a culture bearer. His name is Dale Red Cloud. He spends time talking about Makoche, which is the land. And so we talk about the land as a home, the uses of the land, and then why Crazy Horse Memorial is in this land. There were several areas of the country where Korchak had proposed to build this memorial, but to Henry Standing Bear and the other elders that contacted Korchak, it was very, very, very important that it was right here in the Black Hills. No matter what, whenever you come up here, there's always something going on, and there's always somebody to talk to, and there's always somebody to learn from, and it's just a very, very rewarding place all around for everyone.